What attracted you to start your business here?
Well, I moved to Medina in 1976, and at the time, my husband owned a radio station, WDBN FM. Okay, so we had the radio in 88, and after we sold the radio station, I was looking for something different to do. And I always was attracted to the square because I used to come up here and shop, and it just seemed like kind of the perfect thing when I found out that a friend of mine who owned this store was moving to England and was either going to close or sell the store. So in 1989, I bought the store and I've been here ever since.
Did you always want to like make it a gallery, or?
Well, it was always Gramercy Gallery. It's always been kind of an eclectic mix of art and antiques and gifts, but it's changed with the times, over the last 20 years, different types of merchandise.
Do you think it's like important to your business, this location, like?
In terms of like who you attract and like your customers and everything, is it important that it's on the square versus somewhere else?
Yeah, I think so. I think certainly, the building is, the ambiance of the building.
Yeah.
It is so important. It's odd. You can see the same merchandise in a kind of a run-of-the-mill mall kind of store. It just looks different,
Right, yeah.
But I think for people who come to Medina, who are visiting, a lot of people come just because they want to look at everything, and they like being able to come into the old buildings, the restored buildings. And this building was just so little touched. Really, it didn't need. It was restored, but yet so much of the original shelving out in front is still here. So it really was not messed up with over the years.
What kind of keeps you in Medina?
I love Medina. I love the square. I like the feeling of being part of the community up here. I've lived here now over 30 years, so it's very much home. It's nice to have a business in your home area.
Really.
Yeah.
How would you like describe your store to like people who haven't been inside?
Yeah, who haven't seen it really.
Okay, that it's an eclectic mix of gifts and art. We have some vintage and antique items. Just a wide variety of things.
And they said like one of the things you do is you feature like artwork or pieces of art from local artists. Yeah.
I do. In the back, we have a lot of, well actually, not too much right now, but this pottery is by Elaine Lamb. She is, here she is right here. She's a longtime potter, has been doing pottery for over 30 years. She used to have a store called Mud Mothers. I don't know if you remember it. It was down the street.
I've heard of it.
Down this way, yeah. And she still makes pottery, but now just in her studio. And she took all of it out right now for a show, but I normally have a large selection of it. And then that picture above it, which is of the back of the courthouse actually, is by Cindy Allman, and she's a local painter. I have more of her things in the front. In fact, one is in the window right now at the gazebo. I think what Medina has done in preserving the buildings and the history has just been phenomenal. There's so many communities that just raise their downtowns and put up replacements that aren't so great. So we've got a great heritage here.
She said you were really, Ms. Collins said you were really involved with like the community, like preserving everything.
She said something about you help save some of the houses around the square.
We tried actually.
Yeah.
There's some of us who were involved in trying to save the houses over where the library parking lot is,
yeah.
but we weren't successful. But I was for a long time on the city's historic preservation board, and we that board oversees the 9-square block historic district. So any changes to any of the buildings or anything new that happens has to go through that board. And so I was involved with that from its beginning.